Hi, everyone. This is Jacqui Cooper with JCooperTravels, and today I have Dr. Brown here. I'm really excited to have a continuing conversation with Dr. Brown. For those that might not know about JCooperTravels and who I am, my background is that I'm actually an attorney, but I also navigated over to the special education area about 18 years ago. And I'm also an entrepreneur and I love travel and I love doing a lot of different things. So J. Cooper Travel started as a talk show about where we can go in the world on our trips and, all the great benefits that wellness and travel, happens when we go on walk on the beach or just kind of look at the wonderful sunsets. And then obviously, we had a little bit of a pause because of our pandemic. And that's kind of taking, a different direction. Now people are going to be starting to travel soon. But J. Cooper Travels kind of changed and was more about inspirational stories. And that's how I discovered Dr. Brown, because she definitely has an inspirational story. She is a phenomenal doctor. She's in the naturopathic area. And I'm going to let her, reintroduce herself. But for those that are not familiar, we've had continuing conversations. I call them Wellness Wednesdays. That's when I pop out the talk show on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. So that way everyone can learn about different topics from diabetes to traveling. What do you take in your medical kit when you travel overseas? A host of different things. And Dr. Brown, I'm so excited to have you back on. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you, Jacqui.
So why don't you share your background a little bit for those that might not know?
Yes, I'm Dr. Tiffany Brown. I'm a naturopathic doctor. And how I got here is in my health journey. I had health problems that I was seeing different doctors about, and I wasn't getting any results. So I looked into the natural community to see what they were doing. And I was overwhelmed with what was all going on. So I picked one thing and I saw a difference in my health. But I knew I didn't fix myself. So I was looking for herbalists, naturopathic doctors. It's anybody who could help me that knew about something natural. And there was nobody in my community or around me that I could address with. So I was like, okay, I got to go back to school. I can do this. I can be a naturopathic doctor and help people. So now, 4 years later, here I am. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I have an online practice where I can see anyone from anywhere. So feel free to check me out.
So our topic of the day today is what?
How to continue traveling while going through menopause. Yeah. Yeah.
So I know women of all ages, and some are in the premenopause side. Some are going through menopause. Some are past that. So, what part of this health area are we going to explore first?
Well, we're gonna do the pre.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, that
Mhm.
makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. So, how do you know if you are in, are what's the time frame? I mean, uh, do you follow the time that your mom or your other relatives do? Is it like hereditary, or how do you know?
Yeah, yeah, it tends to be more hereditary, kind of like when your mother went through menopause, you tend to travel the same way, but not the same way, but about the same time frame.
Hmm.
Yeah, because some parents, some mothers had it easy. Their menopause was like they just went through it with no symptoms, and then you'll come through with symptoms, and so it's just different for different people.
So, what are the early symptoms?
The early symptoms is usually is the hot flashes. Some
Okay.
doctor call them hot flushes. Those are early symptoms, and then you might have little mood changes. So and then you snappy. So everybody kind of recognize, oh, something's going on.
So for the premenopausal,
Mhm.
how do you know that you're starting in that time frame?
Yeah, yeah. The night sweats, the mood change, sleep disturbances, and it's just little subtle changes. First, you'll start, and your menstrual cycle also will seem irregular. And usually, and that usually starts, some people start at 45 and anywhere 45 to 50. Some people might start a little earlier. It's studies out, some women do start at 40. So you will know the menstrual cycle becomes more frequent. You'll see it more often in the earlier stages too.
So how does that affect your sleep?
Yeah, so sleep, when you're trying to sleep, your hormones are off balance. So you're not sleeping all night. You just disturbing, and some women get deep night sweats, and so that'll wake women up, and then they're up. So mhm.
So is the when you have gone through the premenopausal,
Yes.
how long I mean, is there any set
Mhm.
time frame to actually go through the menopause type of a phase?
Yeah, usually I was reading the pre is about 1 to 3 years. Yeah, and then your transition, your menstrual cycle will start changing. It will become less frequent. You will see it less frequent, and then you just might get some spotting here and there. So, and then some people, the hot flashes might abate for some women. Some women it might continue.
And what about the postmenopausal?
Yeah, the postmenopausal, the hot flashes can continue. Some when postmenopausal, usually everything kind of calms down. But some women still might have the hot flashes and the sleep disturbances and things like that. So, and then usually postmenopause, you don't went through menopause is when you haven't seen your menstrual cycle in 12 months. So it has to be a 12-month a time frame before you can say you're menopause and into postmenopause.
And is there something that women can take as a supplement that
Mm-hmm.
might help them with either the moods or the the physiological changes that are going on?
Yeah. Well, usually, depending on what's going on, because each woman is different. So I would have to just assess them to see, because there are things natural that will help. But most definitely, eating a healthy diet, making sure you drinking plenty of water, getting your sleep, and exercise and self-care. Even when you in the pre-menopausal state, if you start way before then doing these things, you can transition a lot easier into menopause.
And so are there with having a reduced amount of estrogen,
Mhm.
are there things that again women should consider or think about?
Um, well, yeah, with the reduced estrogen, because estrogen tends to be heart protective, brain protective, and that's when when we have the reduced estrogen, that's when we see these mood changes and cognitive impairments and things going on, and it's also bone protective. So women have to be making sure they're already exercising before they're going into this postmenopausal state, because the muscles pulls on the bones, and you got the decrease and increase in muscle mass, all our bone mass all the time. So women should be exercising before then, because women tend to go osteoporotic kind of in the post menopausal phase, and then it's when they have to take all the medications and stuff to try to save the bone mass.
So how from an exercise perspective,
Mhm.
is there a certain amount of time that they should be exercising or something that they should be doing?
Yeah. Well, depending on if they don't have any health issues, if they have health issues, they need to consult their doctor. But if they don't have health issues, some type of resistance or weight training, something that cause you to really use your muscles. Providing that extra muscle, because you want your muscles to kind of be really just pulling on your bones. So.
So I know that you have a naturopathic practice. If someone wanted to consult with you to talk about any phase that they might be going through for the menopause, how would they do that?
Yes, they can contact me. They can either contact me through the ndhealthcalls.com, send me an email. It's clinic@ndhealthcalls.com, and we'll set up a schedule. I offer a 10-minute free consultation where we just talk, and it's just free. If you just want just to talk to make sure you're progressing through your phases the proper way, and I can kind of help, get you started.
So now, is there anything that if women are traveling, once we start, moving around the world again, anything that they need to be aware of or maybe need to bring with them to make them feel more comfortable, or anything like that that you would recommend?
Well, I would recommend them to, to enjoy their vacation. If they are already, experiencing some of the symptoms, and maybe contact me, and maybe we can kind of start working on them before they leave on their trip. But most definitely, as part of self-care is getting out, traveling, enjoying life. You want to keep going. So yes, most definitely, if they want to consult me, that's fine. We'll talk about what we can do.
That would be great. So for everyone who is not familiar with a podcast or the YouTube, there's a block below of information where you'll be able to reach Dr. Brown. Her contact information is there. And you can also, if for some reason you don't have paper and pen, just email me at jcoopertravels@gmail.com. And I'm happy to put you in contact with Dr. Brown. Dr. Brown, any last minute thoughts that you have today about the topic? Because I know we're going to be doing other topics, as the weeks progress. But anything that you want to add on this one?
Nothing that I can think of.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure that you like and subscribe so that way you stay up to date with all the new episodes on Wellness Wednesday and all the other travel podcasts and things that we're doing, from road trips to Scotland to across the United States. A lot of fun things. Thank you so much, Dr. Brown.
Thank you, Jacqui.